It may be an uncomfortable fact, but the Exynos version of the Note 10 Plus is slower than the Snapdragon version. So if we were to take the Note 10 Plus with the Exynos 9825, how does it compare to 2018's OnePlus 6T with the Snapdragon 845? Well, let's find out. So the Galaxy Note 10 Plus with the Exynos 9825 on the left-hand side. We have the 2018 OnePlus 6T with the Snapdragon 845 on the right-hand side. This is really very different processors from very different companies, very different phones from very different companies. As we are now into the 2048 test, really the Note 10 Plus, of course, should win in the sense that this is a 2019 device. However, the Exynos has been lacking a little in performance. Particularly, it seems, when we get to the GPU. This test will tell us, look at that SQLite test. Every time I see that, I'm still amazed at how quickly the Note 10 Plus gets through that, as the OnePlus 6T is crawling along there, and finally it manages the end of the SQLite test as the Note 10 Plus has already gone into the 2D gaming test. So now it clearly has a big advantage over the OnePlus 6T because it was able to get through that SQLite test so much quicker, and we're now into the 16-thread test. There, of course, is an octa-core processor in the Exynos 9825. 16 threads, it's going its way through those fairly easily. It seems to me the Snapdragon version is a bit faster. Maybe that's just me being subjective. But now we are definitely into the Unity test, and we're going through this flyover. Now at this point, the OnePlus 6T has also made its way into the Unity test, and it's also handling the same flyover. Now, of course, this is the Adreno 630. Whereas the Snapdragon 855 has got the 640, so this is a last year's generation of GPU, and I wonder which one is actually going to be going ahead with it. Down to the valley, turning right as we go up to the sun now. Who's going to the sun first? It definitely still in the lead is the Exynos 9825. As we come down now to the castle, see both devices are heading down to that castle. They're both getting there. I don't know which one to get there. This is so close. Oh, it looked like the OnePlus 6T has taken the lead at the very last second there, and only now has the Galaxy Note 10 gone into the compression test. What's the final time going to be as it's churning its way through this compression test? 89.10. There we go. 1 minute 49.7. Oh, and the Note 10 just a second behind it. 1 minute 50.9. Okay, let's break down those times and see what happened. So there was only just a bit more than a second difference between these two devices here. The OnePlus 6T came in first with 1 minute 49.7, and then the Note 10 with the Exynos 9825, 1 minute 50.9. Now, when you look at the CPU times, you can see that clearly the Note 10 Plus was way in the lead, 26.2 seconds compared to 35.8 seconds. A big difference there when it comes to CPU. So the CPU is definitely strong in the Exynos 9825. When it comes to the mixed CPU GPU times, almost exactly the same. 41.1, 41.5. And then when you get down to the GPU, the roles are completely reversed. 43.4. That's really quite slow compared to 32.4 in the OnePlus 6T. So when you add up those differences between the better CPU and the worst GPU, the worst CPU and the better GPU, the overall time comes out that the OnePlus 6T is the winner, 1 minute 49.7. My name's Gary Sims, this is SpeedTest G. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. Also remember, we have a Twitter account, SpeedTest_G, and I suppose that's it. I'll see you in the next one.